Kapag tayo ay nasa isang difficult situation or tough situation, maraming posibleng dahilan bakit nangyayari yun. One is, of course, na kasalanan natin or it is our fault. We have made wrong decisions or maybe we were not listening to the Lord o di kaya talagang stubborn tayo. There can be, many different motivations sa puso natin. Kaya the important thing pag gano'n if it's our fault, we need to be honest with ourselves. We need to ask God to examine our hearts. Ano ba yung nag-motivate sa atin? Ano ba yung nag-udyok sa atin to make certain choices? And because of that, we are suffering the consequences of it. So, tayo po ay maging tapat din sa sarili natin kapag we are going through a difficult situation kasi sometimes it's our fault. Minsan tayo talaga yung gumawa ng ganong klaseng situation sa sarili natin. And of course, it will have consequences sa ibang tao. But at the same time, minsan hindi naman talaga fault natin, kundi it is the result of other people's sins or wrong choices or mistakes. Medyo mahirap yun kasi we feel like a victim tayo or we are suffering because of the wrong choices of other people. And may temptation to complain, to grumble, or even, to blame God and say, Lord, ba't mo inaallow yung bagay na yun? O ba't mo inallow sila? Or something like that. Sa ganung mga pagkakataon, we need to also, guard ourselves kasi it's pointless to do that. Walang pupuntahan yun. Remember, we are living in a world kung saan there's sin and people are, making wrong choices. And kahit na Kristiyano pa yan, it doesn't follow na if you are a Christian na you would have a Christ-like mindset and also behavior, di ba? Wag tayong ma-deceive na sa ganung frame of thought na Christian pa naman siya, ba't niya ako ginanon? Well, it doesn't follow na just because a person is a Christian that he or she will do the right thing. The best thing to do, of course, is to entrust ourselves to God and not be, going about complaining, parang victim mentality tayo. We must put our hope in the Lord and entrust ourselves to God, for He will deliver us, no? His love endures forever, sabi sa Bible. And last but not least, of course, there are times na it's not really our fault, neither is it the fault of anyone else, family natin, parents natin, or whoever. It's simply God's sovereign, decision to allow that difficulty to come upon our lives because He wants to do something in us or through us. He wants to glorify His name. And sa ganung mga pagkakataon, again, we need to just be trusting the Lord sa mga bagay na lalo na hindi natin maipaliwanag. Wala naman tayong ginawang masama o wala naman ginawang ibang taong masama. In other words, just the reality lang na it has happened and God has allowed it. So we must put our hope in the Lord, believing that He cares for us, He loves us, He will never leave us nor forsake us. So just trust in the Lord sa ganung mga pagkakataon. And regardless, no, ano naman, whether fault ba natin yan o fault ng ibang tao or maybe it's God's way to just glorify His name in our lives or through our lives, we just need to always give thanks to God because the main temptation ng kaaway sa kahit anong difficulty is for us to doubt the love of God. Just because parang feeling natin absent siya, hindi totoo yun. He's still present in our lives. Maybe it's just obscured by the situation or by our feelings. Kaya minsan nga ang tawag dyan, it's a dark night kasi we don't really fully understand what's going on. Pero, the important thing is to have the right attitude always. Not to go about feeling like a victim or, blaming people or, being ashamed sa sarili natin. Instead, we must draw near to the Lord in times of trouble and maybe even pour out our lamentations before Him, trusting that He understands and He cares and He loves us. So think about this and I hope na this would be helpful for each one of you. God bless.